Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Satisfactory Update 8. My name is Tom, and this is episode number 77. In today's episode, we are going to continue our automation with the aluminum. Right now, we have a total of 1,200 aluminum scrap at our disposal. We're going to turn those into sheets and ingots, and I think another product here. So without further ado, let's get started with today's episode. Let's take a look at what I did off screen. I pretty much organized the build here, and I made it look visually a little bit more pleasing here. Yep, that looks good. And I also brought in some copper ingots, which is right here. So we have that at our disposal, and everything is routed underneath me. So we're all set to begin the automation of the aluminum ingots. So let's get started with that. If we take a look here, I placed a water pump on this side. And I got a couple pumps. I got one pump there, a Mark II pump, and a second Mark II pump here to help pump the water through the system. If we take a look here, you can see that this produces water. It goes back into here, and then it feeds right into the alumina solution. So we're good. We're all backed up with the scrap. So we now need to automate these ingots. So let's head over to the organization and place down a lookout tower so I can see a bit better. All right, so 1,200 aluminum scrap to work with. You know, I'm not sure if this is going to be running at 100%. We'll find out together once we get to that point. But let's go ahead and click on our blueprint. And I'm going to select the smelting. And so we're going to place this here, making sure that our input's the correct direction, which it is. So I'm going to lock the hologram by pressing H. And I'm going to center this in the 5x5, and that looks pretty good. Let's just confirm, and yeah, I think we're good to place this down. So let's go ahead. All right, so now I need to come here and select the pure ingots, which takes the aluminum scrap, and it takes 60 aluminum scrap, and that puts out 30 aluminum ingots per minute. And one of the changes I made from the last episode is I went with the sloppy solution here. Where is it? The sloppy aluminum solution recipe. Yeah, the sloppy aluminum. And that negates one of the other products, the silica. So we're going to use just the smelters to do the ingots instead of the other smelter, which is, let's take a look at that smelter. That's the foundry. The foundry has a different recipe that uses the silica, but I decided to switch to the standard one in the smelter. All right, so this is good. Now we need to figure out how we're going to route everything in here. Well, we can begin by placing down these conveyor lift holes to get the scrap in here. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, and since we're on this side, let's click our conveyor lift and let's add those. Okay, good. And we are coming up to an autosave. Good. And then let's go ahead and take care of this side. Like that. Nice. So now we need to go below and route everything. So actually, do I have to... All right, so I'll go ahead and add these pure ingots in here. Okay, that one's all set. So we'll just place the scrap in there. Let's take care of these smelters. So, oh, this is an alternate recipe. Oh, I did not realize that. Well, it does say pure ingot on there. And that's probably the best form to work with, the pure ingot. So I'm glad I decided to go this route, knowing my blindness and my selection process. But okay, good. So that's all set. So let's begin routing the scraps in here. So I'm going to delete this foundation and let's head down. And there is the aluminum scraps in buckets. And we also have our copper ingots ready for extraction as well. And it appears that we need to lay down some foundation. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, and I'm going to do this side as well. And I feel like I have a blueprint for this. I do. So let's use our blueprint for the foundation. Then what I can do is press R for blueprint mode and then copy this and paste it. And then let's switch back to our delete mode and delete these out here. Okay, good. And then now let's begin to route the aluminum scrap up here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something like this to get me started. So the aluminum scrap is over there. So it might be better if I turn this one around like this. And if we head over to our logistics tab and grab a splitter, we should be able to do something like this. All right. And let's go ahead and place a conveyor lift. So these scraps are going to go in there, but we need to add another splitter. So I'm going to place that right here, and then another one here. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring the scraps into here, and then we can branch it over here. So if I come over here and do something like this, I'm going to hit the H button to lock the hologram so that we can nudge it back and get our perfect alignment like this. And then let's place down a second one like this. Oops, this one's one like pixel off. So we'll readjust here. Good, and then we can push the aluminum scrap over here to go in here now. And that looks like it's all set. Okay, good. So I think you guys see the process here when it comes to routing these aluminum scrap. So I'm going to place a cut in here and finish this up under here, and then I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. Let's finish up the routing of this, and as you can see, it is all taken care of. All we need to do is bring the aluminum scraps over. So I'm going to use the copy tool, and we're going to bring the scraps over here. And if we take a look here, we can see the scrap is now going into the conveyor list up to the smelters to begin smelting these aluminum ingots. And the next phase is to bring some power over here. So I'm going to copy this and I am going to bring it. Well, that's a shame. It's going to be aligned here, but the pipeline is in the way. So let's just, let's go ahead and place it here. And then we can hook up the power, you know, to this guy here. And then to here. And all of a sudden, we are automating aluminum ingots for the very first time in Satisfactory. And this is looking really good. And there they are. There are the aluminum ingots. This is awesome. Okay, well, let's finish off this design by heading over to, I feel like architecture. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the industrial rails, and I'm going to place these down. And it appears that we got an autosave coming up here. So I'm just going to land and let this do its thing. Great. And shall we continue? There we go. And over here. Great. And so what I'm going to do is place a conveyor hole right here. And then we can place a conveyor lift right here to eat up all of those aluminum ingots. And that's going to produce about 300 aluminum ingots per minute with this array. Okay, excellent guys. So that's all taken care of. So let's take a look at the next phase of this project. So I want to use my blueprint and let's extend the foundation out, shall we? And I got to make sure this is aligned. You know what? I'm going to have to delete this because we're going to use this space. There we go. Okay, so now we can use the blueprint. And let's do that. And okay, I'm gonna hit H just to verify. And that looks good. So let's go ahead and snap these down like that. All right, I'm gonna head up here. And I'm going to go ahead under the organization tab. I'm going to place down a lookout tower. Right about here. All right, and then let's head over to blueprints. Actually, customizer. And we are out of color cartridges, which is too bad because that really helps me align my factory to the space. So let's go ahead and place down an assembler and a constructor. So the next two products that we want to get into the train station are the aluminum casing, which it's 90 aluminum ingots, and we're working with 300. So that is the number we're working with. And that's going to give us 60 per minute. That's a lot. And then we also want to automate the alclad aluminum sheets, and this is 30 per minute. Okay, so working with 300. Yep, 300 ingots per minute. And we probably only need a couple of these assembly machines to produce these casings. I'm not sure what all they go into, but we're going to be using the alternate recipe. Right? No, we're not. I thought there was. Is it in here? It is in here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we'll use this recipe. And that's going to give me 112.5 per minute. So that's what we're going to do. So the first step here is grabbing some of these, not foundations, but I need to grab some factory zones. So that means I need to grab these guys here, the color cartridges. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those. So I'll place a cut here, and then I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. I grabbed 100 color cartridges, and now we're ready to place our zones down. So I'm going to do something like this, and let's just go out this far. And now we can begin with our blueprints. So I'm going to go here and let's select the assembler, and we'll do something like this. And let's turn off this blueprint mode. And I'm thinking, if I hit H and lock the hologram, that's already the wrong direction. Let's try that again. So they need to go in this direction, and we need to center this. So I'm going to hit H, and I'm going to center it like that. All right, so the aluminum ingots are going to go on this side here, and on the other side with the copper ingots as well. So let's go ahead and place down this blueprint. I'm going to place another one of these guys here. And I'm going to hit F and then R for blueprint mode, and I'm going to copy this again. And then I'm going to press H for the hologram. I'm going to lock that in place just to verify that this is all centered, which it looks like it is. So let's place another one down there. Okay, and then we can go ahead and connect this power line up like that. And then let's route this belt. Okay, out of industrial beams. Thankfully, I have a train here that has all of the components I need to make this build. So I'm going to jump up here and I'm going to grab what I need. Okay, so these are going to create the alclad ingot. So that's 30, 60, 90, 120, and then this is 150. No. All right, so 30, 60, 90, 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 180, I believe that's going to give me 180. That looks good, and we're going to have to route everything on this side. And we're working with 300 ingots. On the other side, this is where I'm going to place this guy here. And we're going to do the other side. And so that means we need to extend this out a bit. And let's go and add this. Good. And then let's go to our blueprints and let's do assembler part 2. And this is interesting. I'm actually going to have to do something like this. Okay. And then that's going to snap like that. Oop, a little too close, so I'm going to redo that. Blueprints, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, and then we can route this in. Like so, and we have an autosave coming here, so let's wait for that. Okay, now, so this is producing 30 per minute. And how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 30 times 6 is 180. And this is going to produce some aluminum casings. And we actually really probably only need 2. So 12.5 plus, actually, I thought they're, so it's 112.5 times 2 is 225. 225. So yeah, that's a little too much. That's a little too much. I'm gonna delete this. And let's just go with one machine producing those casings. And so now that's 112.5. So that'd be, yeah, we're under 300. We're under 300, which is good. So those are going to go in there. And we can go ahead and delete this. We can extend this out to here. Or we could just, yeah, might as well. So let's go ahead and extend this out, the casings, out to here. Okay, good. So the next step is we need to begin routing the product, the ingots and the aluminum ingots and the copper ingots in here. So let's begin doing that. So I'm going to add a conveyor lift here and here. And we're going to go in like that. And since we're over here, let's hook up the power to this side as well. I think it's right here is alignment. Oh, no, one more over there. And then we can hook that up there. Yeah, that looks good. And then let's go ahead and add our conveyor lift holes like so. Okay, and then from here, we can add our conveyor lifts. Okay, that looks good. And that looks good. So we're all set to route all this. Yep, and then what I can do is add the power. You know, something like that. All right, so actually, why don't we make this a bit more cleaner and add the power right there. Okay, so now that's all aligned. Yep, perfectly aligned. Exactly what I'm looking for. Let's take a look. That's the factory. That's what we're looking for. This looks good. And I think we're ready to begin routing all this, which is going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and grab the blueprint and place some foundation down. And how about here? And here as well. Great. So now we get the fun task of getting the ingots over, which are right here. Here are the ingots. So those are the ingots, and what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to come underneath, or I'm going to come down like this with the ingots. Okay, and then let's get the copper ingots over here. So we're going to have to come over here, and we're going to have to route the ingots. You know, something like this. And I think that looks... We can go further. I think that's the farthest we can go. So I'm going to hold H here just to check the alignment. And that alignment looks good. So let's place that down and route it over here. And how about something like this? And then this is where the ingots are going to come. And that is slightly off. So let's readjust this. That needs to go like this. There we go. All right, so top floor for the copper ingots and bottom floor for the aluminum ingots, and that's all going to be filtered here. And how we're going to do this? Well, we'll come down like this and up like this. Down like this and up like that. Okay. Now I need to go ahead under the logistics tab, and we need to place down our splitters. So let's go ahead and do one of these. So this is going to go in like this. I'm going to hit H to lock that in. Let's get this aligned. That looks good. And then I'm going to do the same for this guy. And this guy is going to go up, and we can delete this one right here. And then from here, we need to do something like this. And let's grab our Mark IV belt, and we route that up like this. And we route that in like that. And then we have to reset these. So let's go ahead and reset these conveyor lifts to something like that. And there. Okay, so if we go ahead and grab this. Oh, that's not aligned. Okay, so I just need to realign this so that it goes straight into here. So if I just adjust this to align with something like this. And is that sitting on the middle line? No, it's just a tile off. Okay, there it is. And then we'll go back 2, in like this, and in like that. Okay, so there are the copper ingots, and then for this, we're going to just flip this or rotate this around like this. And we got an autosave coming up here, so let's wait for the autosave. Okay, we'll place that down and we'll route this right in here. So now everything is nice and aligned. And that's going to go up, and that's going to be producing the casings. So if we take a look here, guys, we are now producing the aluminum casings, which are now being put out here. There they go. Look at them all go. Wonderful. Okay. And then the final step is to do this whole section over here. Yes. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to line it like this and like that and up like so. And I feel like that's a little too close, so I'm gonna bump that back and up one, and let's reset these to something like that. And let's go ahead and reset this one. And there we are. And there we are. So what I could do from here is route this over here and route this over here. So in fact, I don't need these. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this and reconnect this. Okay, and as you see, we have both our ingots going up. And if we go check the assembler, it should be producing those alclad ingots. And there they are. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. This is working out. And so those are going to go in. And then, yeah, the fun part is going to be routing it to that train station over there for pickup for future use. So guys, I'm going to go ahead, route the assemblers here underground, and then I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. I have finished routing all of the components to the train station, and the aluminum factory is completed. I had to do significant routing of all of the belts underneath here, and I had to come up top here with the petroleum coke just to get it over here into the factory. So that took a little while, not too long, but there it is. It's all completed. I guess if I was going to be nitpicking, I wish I would have moved these refineries maybe a couple tiles to the left so that both sides are even. But other than that, this is looking really good, and I like what I see. So let's take a look at how everything is doing here. All right, so we're struggling to get some ingots over here. So it's a bit slower on the ingot side. And one of the reasons for that is these smelters hold 500 aluminum scraps, which is really nuts. I don't know why it holds 500. And so therefore it's hard for the rest of the aluminum scraps to get over here, because the front one is holding 500. And then the second one is holding 500. And yeah, and that's it. So I don't understand why this mechanic is the way it is. These are looking pretty good. You know, that's starting to back up, but these few are struggling. So that's why some of these at the end are struggling to produce these sheets. So I'm assuming that these will all eventually back up and begin to work. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe if there's something I'm missing here, definitely let me know. Because that's crazy that's holding all of these aluminum scraps. I mean, I could come over here and put those aluminum scraps, you know, like that. And maybe speed up the process for all this. You know, get those down over here. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. I don't know why. But anyways, at least it is producing the alclad sheets and the casings. So if we head over here, you could take a look. We're starting to store all of these up here. This is really wonderful. And I'm going to grab, I don't know, let's grab a few of these. And there are the casings. They're stacks of 200. So yeah, these are all filling up eventually. So I think this concludes the aluminum factory. Before I end the episode here, we're going to take a look at the hub and see if we can unlock any other items. Maybe like the electric jetpack. So I'm going to head over to the hub. I'll place a cut here and then I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back everybody to the hub, and let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to unlock the hover pack here. I actually have all of the components. I brought them over and yeah, I got a storage container here. So let's unlock the hover pack. I've been waiting for this thing for a very, very long time, and I can't wait to try it out. So let's unlock this milestone. And I'm going to go ahead and insert all of my components, and there are the alclad aluminum sheets that we worked so hard for. Yeah, all of my micro factories are starting to back up, so this is really nice. I'm getting a lot of circuit boards, a lot of computers. Everything is nice. And are you guys ready to unlock this? Wow, it's been a while since we launched a pod, so let's do it.
Milestone reached. The hover pack enables aerial overview of all powered factories, as well as easy transport across multi-level buildings by wirelessly connecting to the power grid.
Sweet, thank you, Ada. It's been a long time since I heard your voice. That's because we've been very busy. Okay, so can I build this thing now? Let's build this thing. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for a very, very long time for this hover pack here. And what do we need? 40 alclad sheets. I'm sure I brought some more over. I think I brought 400. Yep, there it is. Okay, guys, we're going to try the hover pack for the very first time. Let's craft it up. Wow, guys, we have the hover pack. Let's add it. Let's put it on the back. Finally, we'll put an end to the jetpack. In you go, and now to the hover pack. Let's read it. Hover pack, power consumption 100 megawatts, allows for vertical movement and hovering in midair to improve building efficiency and factory traversal. Wirelessly connects to nearby power connections such as power poles and buildings for power consumption. Slow fall, hold spacebar after losing connection mid-air. Disable hover pack, double tap C. Okay, let's stick it on. Oh, look at this. Okay, do we need like Oh, we need to get like near buildings or something. Look, guys, we have like these little controls. Wow. Okay, I think I need to get towards like a building or something. Oh my goodness. And you hold down space to do that. Okay, so I do see a little power connection here. So as long as we're near the buildings, we can go up and hover. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the hover pack, and this is going to be making building things a whole lot easier moving forward. This is awesome. All right. And we could just cruise along here, and we do got a power meter to the left here. And we hold C, and the closer we get to the buildings, the more charge we have. And then we can see if we can traverse this area, and we can't. So it's pretty limited, but really good when it comes to building things. So it does have its benefits. Very nice. And so with the hover pack unlocked, we need to figure out what our next task is moving forward in this playthrough. So what do we... The pod is launched, and we're waiting for 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're waiting for 1 minute and 30 seconds. All right, well, this is something I want to keep in here. That's good. This is good. Wow, we're looking really good. And can I hover over this? No. All right, can't hover over that. I do need to build the space platform, but we really don't need to do that quite yet. We don't need to do that quite yet. Guys, all it took was L-clad parts to unlock this thing. All of that work just to get this thing. It's pretty crazy. Wow, this is wonderful. Okay. Sweet. What is that laser? Is that like... Did you guys see that? It was like a laser. Yeah, right there. Oh, it's like connecting, recharging or something. Cool. Hey, there is our machine. Let's go take a look at the hub. All right, so we have 2 tiers left in the game, I believe. 7 and 8. Okay, so we can probably want to unlock this, but we'll do that in the next episode. So we're going to want to unlock this. This is going to give me 780 resources per minute on a conveyor belt. That's nice. We have a hazmat suit. We can unlock that as well. This takes the aluminum casings and 50 of these gas filters. We can easily build those. What else? 200 and what's this? Radio control unit and the drone port, guys. The supercomputer. Maybe this is our next path forward. Our drones. What's in tier 8? Nuclear power. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we need to automate supercomputers and radio control units. Advanced aluminum production. Guys, more aluminum? Oh no. Okay, turbo motor, minor Mk3, thermal propulsion rockets, and yeah. Okay, copper powder. Plutonium pellets. Sweet. So I think the next step forward is going to be... It's going to be this, guys. We're going to work towards drones. We need to automate supercomputers. batteries, packaged sulfuric acid. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do here, but this is going to be our next set of tasks. Yes, I can't wait to get into this. And actually, we need radio control units. And I think we can build those if we head over to the production tab. It may require a blender to do that. So let's go ahead and place down a blender. Radio control unit. So clearly not in there. Is it in the manufacturer? Yes, here it is. Oh boy. Ooh, we can totally eliminate the computer. Oh, that's super nice. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do this one, and oh no, we're gonna have to automate crystal oscillators. So we're going to have to build a factory. Now, maybe we can build the crystal oscillator on site to automate these radio control units. So we have our path forward, and our path forward is to begin automating the radio control units and the crystal oscillators. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's episode, episode number 77. We finally unlocked the hover pack, and the aluminum is done. And now we can move on to the crystal oscillators and the radio control unit. With that said, guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.